Sequels, prequels, and total recalls. Hello, I'm Matthew, and welcome to the Watch It Played news. Last episode, we covered Super Meeple's reprint of Expedition with their upcoming game Expeditions. And now we have another game called Expeditions. This time it's the thematic sequel to Stonemaier Games' Scythe. Nothing confusing about another unrelated game. Anyway. We find ourselves in Siberia, where a massive meteorite crashed near the Tunguska River, awakening ancient corruption. And while I could go on a very long rant about the actual Tunguska instance, I do mean at length, in Expeditions you embark on an expedition led by Dr. Tarkovsky deep into the taiga to learn about the meteorite and its impact on the land. But itching for adventure, heroes from the war privately fund their own expeditions to Siberia, hoping to find some artifacts for themselves. So it looks like Expeditions is a competitive, cards-driven, engine-building game of exploration, where you'll be playing cards to gain power, guile, and unique worker abilities as you move your mech to mysterious locations to gain cards found among the tiles, all while you use workers, items, meteorites, and quests to enhance your mech and use the collective power and guile to vanquish corruption. I think a lot of people are excited about this 1 to 5 player game, and the rulebook is available on the Stonemaier website if you want to know even more. And also giving us more is the Forsaken Isles and Doomed Run Kickstarter from Rock Manor Games, which pushes adventures to their limit and help make this episode possible. This is a 2-in-1 Kickstarter, with Doomed Run first combining the entire Set a Watch series into a big box campaign, along with plenty of new content. Traverse 7 realms attempting to stop a mysterious cult that is resurrecting the destructive and quite impolite Unhallowed. Then continue on to the Forsaken Isles, a 60 to 90 minute cooperative adventure puzzle game for 1 to 4 players. This standalone expansion, which features the same critically acclaimed gameplay with a new Doom mechanism and a short game mode, is fully compatible with the original game. It creates locations and creatures that can all be mixed and matched together with any game in the Set a Watch series. The Set a Watch Forsaken Isles and Doomed Run Kickstarter campaign is running right now through February 24th, so follow the link in this video's description to find out more and back it before your campfire fades into darkness. Baseball Highlights 2045 is, I think, a great game. And now we have another entry into the series joining it and Football Highlights with Basketball Highlights Crunch Time, opening the market up to even more Americans to enjoy, I suppose, but that's by the by. In this 1 or 2 player game designed by Mike Fitzgerald and from Eagle Griffin Games, 2 basketball teams try to score the most points during the final critical moments of the game, what they are calling crunch time. Each player has a team of 5 basketballmen, and as the coach, you'll have to use your shot cards to set up the plays in the different zones on the court. The more players you have undefended in the right zones at the right time, the more points you'll score. And in something I don't fully understand, but that sounds cool, is if one of your players is in a zone that matches your star card, they can make an astounding shot and score extra points. I really do love Baseball Highlights, and I like how the series condenses things to the action, so look out for this one later this year. Istanbul. It's a great city and a wonderful game, so I was very excited to see the 1 to 5 player Istanbul Choose and Write from Pegasus Spiel, where once again players take on the role of shrewd merchants whose goal is to gather goods and lira, then trade them for precious rubies. In this new Choose and Write version, each player has a bazaar in front of them and a personal tracking sheet where you'll be marking your choices as you play. Each turn you play either a location card or a guild card, and locations will allow all merchants to perform actions, but if you'd rather prevent the other players from taking the follow action, they can instead play a guild card, which is expensive but triggers powerful effects. This is a must play for me, so I'm excited for its release this year. I've officially become a big fan of IV Games recently. I really like their games a lot. Moonrakers, Veiled Fate, Mythic Mischief are all fantastic games. So I'm instantly excited about Fractured Sky, which is being described as a game of deduction, sneaky strategy, and resource management set on a fantastical island. In this 1 to 4 player game, you'll be leading your kingdom in the hunt for shards of fractured falling stars, rumoured to grant wishes to those that can amass enough of them, and using airships you'll be sending out armies to regions with these star shards, but finding them isn't as easy as that. Didn't sound easy. So you'll be hiring seers to help out, increase your presence on the island, placing permanent buildings to give you advantages like extra resources or increasing the size of your troop numbers, all to be the one who gets their wish granted. That wish being, I imagine, to win the game. I'm 100% in on Fractured Sky when it goes to Kickstarter in April. A bunch of people were very excited about the announcement of Forbidden Jungle, the latest game in Gamewright and Matt Leacock's co-op series of Forbidden games following Desert Sky and Island. I say announcement, but it was definitely a sell sheet from a Gamewright catalogue that was unveiled prematurely, but here we are. In the 2 to 5 player Forbidden Jungle, your team has crash landed on a mysterious jungle planet. Oh no. And you need to work together to survive, and survive you shall. If you manage to search the ruins of the abandoned outpost for an elusive escape portal, all while fending off an ever-growing horde of venomous creatures and an escalating chain of collapsing locations. I'll change that to survive you might later this year when it's released. Sid Sackson's masterpiece of game design, Acquire, is getting another reprint. Renegade have partnered with Hasbro to bring Acquire back again. Well, again. Acquire was first released in 1963. My copy's from 2008, but any version is good in my books, and it is a classic for a reason. In Acquire, each player invests in businesses, trying to retain a majority of stock. As the businesses grow with tile placements, they also start merging, giving the majority of stockholders of the acquired businesses big bonuses, which can then be used to reinvest into other businesses. It's a masterpiece of board game design that was so far ahead of its time that even today, it feels fresh and new, and I'm hoping that Renegade's printing of this will reflect that for modern gamers to enjoy. Turns out the Battle of Versailles isn't a war game. It was a fashion show held in 1973 which pitted 5 American designers against 5 French designers in hand-to-hand combat. Well, close enough, honestly. This was a battle of fashion and design, pitting modernity against tradition. And in the board game world, that means that Salt and Pepper are bringing this 2-player game where you'll play as the role of the French and the US teams, facing each other off by playing action cards to show off their best dresses, to attract the most popular celebrities, or to annoy the opponents by spreading gossip. What caught my eye is that this is from the designers of Zoom in Barcelona and Lacrimosa, so I'm immediately interested. Scorpion Masks, the publisher of Decrypto and Turing Machine, are turning to Kickstarter to bring us Dead Cells, the roguelite board game for 1 to 4 players. Dead Cells is set to be a cooperative roguelite experience inspired by the Metroidvania video game genre, where you'll be exploring the ever-changing island of Dead Cells, aiming to explore, kill, die, mutate, and repeat in what they are calling themselves a ruthless dungeon crawler. This is all, of course, based on 2018's Dead Cells video game, and we are promised that we will be able to explore a sprawling, ever-changing castle, upgrading our skills, finding hidden runes, and while we kill enemies, collecting their loot until we die to do it all over again, but this time with new mutations that will help us progress further. This looks pretty cool to me, and I'm sure it's even more exciting to those who enjoy the video game, so look out for this one on Kickstarter in the upcoming months. The 2 to 4 player Neodreams is next. In the near future, an astonishing new technology has been developed that allows the sleeping mind and machine to be connected. No, I'm not doing that, no. It's called the Oniri shunt, I think, and with it, the business of crafting and selling dreams has become a thriving industry. No. For the right price, clients can learn new skills, overcome deep-seated fears, and travel to the most extraordinary locations, all from the comfort of their beds. My biggest fear is letting something called the Oniri shunt enter my brain. In Neodreams, you play as the CEO of a company that is developing and using this technology, expanding as fast as you can to keep up with the competition, gathering resources, crafting stunning experiences, improving dreamscapes and gaining clients. And it's from Open Borders Studio, the team that brought us Smartphone Inc. and Aquatica, which is really what drew me into this one. And if you want to see evil artificial intelligence take complete control, you can head over to this month's On the Radar episode. Did I say evil? I'm sorry, not evil. I meant misunderstood. Yeah, totally misunderstood. Maybe evil.